Welcome to week 16 of On Top the Cage. It is the Christmas show. We're what, 3-4 days away? 21st today.
Got the fireplace going.
Yes, Dan.
It's really hot in here. I should have worn my shorts.
Shit. Yeah, Dan mandated the fireplace tonight as opposed to our logo, which is normally back there, which is just fine. So, but it's not the coldest night we've done. It's going to be cold, though. Damn.
It sucks.
We'll talk about it. Yeah, we got a tough few days right over the Christmas break coming up. So, but before we get into all the Christmas talk and what you do and what we do here and what's going to be happening over the next few days, I told everybody we'd do the indie recap where I refer to it as the pre-Christmas Zerusan Holiday Throwdown.
Oh, yeah. Let's hear it. What did you guys do other than drink?
It was as advertised. Boy.
Did you smoke something?
No, I didn't. Maybe other people did. There's a
lot.
No,
on the Traeger. The antique Traeger.
I thought we were going a different direction with that one. We grilled. We didn't smoke. We grilled steaks. Yeah, we had steaks that were grilled for Christmas or that Saturday. Friday's the big night. We got in town. I got in town about 5. Katie was a few hours behind me. We took 2 cars. We got a big crew. We had 7 people going. So, but it was a ton of fun. Friday's the big night, and it was a mess. Yeah, lots of games. There's a putting game. We didn't play the stump game. We played a competitive putting game. There was some ping pong, some euchre, things like that. I mean, it got ugly late, though, because there was a lot of drinks flowing.
So how many people are we talking that were there?
20, 22, 23 people, I think.
Did they all stay at that house?
Yep, we all stayed.
Wow.
My sister and brother-in-law have an awesome house. Thank you, Carmen and Steve, for accommodating us all. But, yeah, it gets competitive. Like I was, especially between my brother-in-law, Steve, and his son, Andrew. And Steve had just whipped Andrew in ping pong, and he was none too happy about it. And I was playing my brother-in-law, Steve, and we're in the middle of the match, and all of a sudden, I see like a 5-foot Christmas tree hits him in the back. Like Andrew unplugged the Christmas tree that was downstairs. It wasn't the main Christmas tree. It's like a 5-foot one, like this big. He throws it like it's.
We're going WWF.
And it happened. Woo! Like literally a Royal Rumble happened later.
No way.
Like there was a bunch of us like wrestling around. There were a lot of drinks. Frankly, I dropped a perfect like people's elbow off the couch one time. My nephew, he claims I cracked his rib, but anyway, I went back.
Off the couch, yeah.
I went back in, but he caught me this time, and he like basically executed like a Stone Cold Steve Stunner on me or whatever the hell that shit was. Like my neck hurt for like the rest of the weekend. So. Anyway, it was a ton of fun. Christmas exchange. We played bingo, lots of games, lots of drinks. We went to my brother-in-law's business that they bought. He's got a very successful construction design business, and they bought a church that had been dormant for 2 years on the market. And it was apparently dilapidated pretty much, but they turned it into their own, and it kind of made their showpiece for what they do, because what they really do is they help people find buildings for their business and then help them make it their own. They have a construction team, they have a design team, but yeah, their place is amazing. There's a huge pickleball court in it. I mean, it's like business in the front, party in the back. And you know, they got this great conference room, glass doors, beautiful design, things like that. And the offices are nice. He gave us a whole tour. But there's a huge pickleball court. There's a bourbon and cigar room in the basement, a workout room. Like, it's nuts, but I think it's kind of their showpiece. So like, hey, this is what we can do. We turned a church into this and made it ours. We can do this for you. So
we turned a church into a man cave.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. It was a ton of fun. So we had a great time. So, but it's Christmas, right?
Yes, sir.
Christmas
We got our Christmas hats on.
We do. Dan brought Christmas hats.
Found these at the local 5 and Dime.
Mine's on, right? Yes, mine's on. Speaking of that.
Yours is on, mine's on. Hopefully no one strokes out because they're flashing.
That's right. You see some new glassware on the table. My paralegal Val, thank you, Val. On top the cage logo, or at least writing glasses. I don't know if they're going to fit the 16-ounce beer. We're going to try it tonight. Dan won't use it. I know he won't.
I'll use it because it's new.
There you go. And we're going to do the beer review. We can do that right away.
Let's do that now.
And my buddy Matt.
Bullshitting.
My buddy Matt, he gave me a present too. He gave me Chicago Bear, like Nike sneakers. They're super awesome. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Val. You guys are awesome. You're a huge part of the team. The reason why I'm successful largely depends on all the people around me.
Giving you great gifts. What'd you give them?
Money.
Nice.
Speaking of gifts, so we'll talk about that for a second too. one of my people, well, she used to be my paralegal, and she was a manager there, but she left during the summer. She's been gone for a while, but she always wrapped my wife's presents, and I always have them delivered to the office. I can't have them delivered here because my wife's like a 5-year-old. Like, she'll like shake them, look, oh yeah. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So I get them delivered to the office, but meanwhile, she used to always wrap them. It was like tradition, and she's great at it. But no, I had to do it, so they're a little bit bungled. But
I was gonna say, if you give me 100, I'll wrap them. Bring them over Friday night.
Shit. I brought him home last night. I don't know if my wife's felt them up yet and shook them down or whatever she's done.
Come on.
But anyway.
Did you put a number on them?
No. There is a number system my wife uses to try to keep the kids off
classic.
track. I mean, she's not afraid. She's kind of like an asshole about it. Like, she'll throw a button or like a battery in something.
Well, wait. Let's explain the number system. So
or a huge box.
If you look in the house right now, there's a few presents. I'm not going to say how many in case there's a stalker out here. But all the gifts have numbers on them. So you don't know what gift you have until Christmas morning when the numbers are announced.
I think that's accurate.
So you can shake all the packages you want, but I think it's genius.
I try not to pay too much attention to it. My wife is awesome. She does all that. I mean, all I'm responsible for really is her. She's responsible for all the children. We have lots of them. We have 4. And then
did you get her a massage from Lauren?
No, I get my own massages. Those are free.
They're not as good as Lauren's hour massage. That's
I'm
all she
sure
does
that's
is massage.
There's some commentary in the background. I don't know if you can hear it come off over the microphone. But
live studio audience.
That's right. My wife is out here. And also my father-in-law, Tom. He showed up on Tuesday. He's here for the next, I don't know, couple months. How long are you here, Tom?
Till you throw me out.
Throw him out. Never, buddy. I love you. You're awesome. We're looking forward to the holidays and having everybody here. I think we got a few more people from Katie's family coming. Like I said, we do.
Kevin will be here.
He is. I think he's coming Friday, I want to say.
Good luck driving, Kevin.
Hopefully everybody gets here. Speaking of that, let's do the beer review, and then we're going to talk about weather and what's going on with your side of the story in regards to Christmas. What do we got, Dan?
Platform. So it's a local Cleveland brewery, now owned by Anheuser-Busch. Tis the Terror Trooper, DDH, DIPA, whatever. I don't know, but it's kind of a weird can. It's like an alien astronaut dude, and there's all kinds of every holiday you can imagine on his outfit. There's a shamrock, there's an Easter egg, there's a Christmas tree, there's a heart. Earth Day is on here.
Earth Day? Yeah. I didn't see that one.
It's down there at the bottom.
Oh, you have so much better eyes. I was going to ask you all this. You're doing really well. I thought you were going to struggle with this.
There's a pumpkin. I don't know what the hell that is over there in the corner.
I tell you what, I'm struggling with finding like holiday beers like we do for this type of season because, you know, the local craft beer companies, they kind of make the same beer in the show's 3 years running now. And I'm kind of running out of those things. So, and I was in Indianapolis, and my wife and I went to the Kroger there because I'm tasked. One of the things
You got this in Kroger in Indianapolis?
No, I got it here. But no, that's part of the story. But I'm tasked with Saturday lunch at our pre-Christmas holiday throwdown in Indianapolis, and it's chili. They all like my chili, and I had to make it for 20 to 25 people, whatever it is. So I buy the canned goods here, but I also had to go buy the meat and everything else, the other things that are fresh that I need. And I went to the craft beer aisle, or the beer aisle there. There was no holiday beers there. I'm like, for sure I have something here because I was struggling to find one in our local aisles here. But it's close enough. The Tis the in front of the Terror Trooper is red and green.
Yep.
And Dan mentioned it. So the DIPA part stands for Double India Pale Ale. What's our alcohol content?
Double dry hopped, Double India Pale Ale. The alcohol in this baby is 8%.
Wheelhouse.
So Ken will be hammered by the time we're picking the Raiders at the Steelers for the Immaculate Deception reunion.
Deception. Very nice, Dan. I'm trying to pour this lightly. I don't think it's all going to fit in here, Val. I love the glasses. I think they're 12-ounce glasses. I'm going to pour the rest of it in and not slop on myself, but I will here in a bit.
Looks good.
Dan and I have sparkling records, but we're not going to talk about our records this week. We did really, really well for you. So, we always talk about soccer, and I was driving home from Indianapolis. Hold on. Wait, let's talk about the beer. What do you think?
It's good. It's thick.
Oh, it is good. I like it.
It's got a good taste to it. There's
not
a bad aftertaste.
It's a lot of citrus. Got a hint. Dan, you're drinking out of the glass. Holy shit. I didn't think he would do it. I didn't think he would do it. I didn't. He's like very anti. I guarantee it doesn't happen after this week. But anyway, you got your week.
I guarantee it won't.
Very good. Meanwhile, we left early from Indianapolis that weekend, and like around 7:45, 8 in the morning. Got back in town around 12:30ish or so. But meanwhile, an awesome World Cup final happened while I was driving. Talk about it for a minute, Dean.
Unbelievable. So I couldn't go to mass. My normal mass time's 11 o'clock on Sunday. So the Browns were playing Saturday. Mass is at 4 o'clock. The Browns game was supposed to start at 4:30.
Ruled that out.
Yeah.
Did you use that candle I got you?
Huh?
Did you use the candle?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
good.
used the candle.
It worked. It fucking worked.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hijack.
So I get 8:15 mass Sunday morning. Get up early, and on the weekend I pound the beers. So it's,
On the weekend?
I pound the beers more than I pound during the week.
Relative term there. Okay.
Just because I can sleep in.
Fair.
So got up 8:15 mass. So I'm home for the World Cup game. Nothing going on because he's out of town. So I got the stuff, made BLTs. We got BLT bar set up. What a freaking game that was.
Did you crack a beer before 10 a.m.?
No, I did not drink any beers because after the World Cup, I had work to do. I had stuff to do for work.
Dan texts me and he's like, Argentina's kicking their ass. It's 2-0. And then I was getting close to home and my phone started blowing up from Dan.
It was unbelievable. Argentina, if you watch the game, Argentina completely dominated the entire first half. I mean, France looked stupid. Time of possession. I mean, it was unbelievable.
Like game over, right? You think game over? Like
boom, boom, boom. There was a penalty, and it was a penalty, and France scored. That kid,
Mbappe.
Yeah, he scored the penalty, and like a minute and a half later, he banged a rocket. I mean, it was game's tied.
And France is defending champs here, the World Cup.
Game's tied. Yeah. So then it goes into extra time. They play 2 extra periods. It doesn't matter if anybody scores; they're playing them. So
both of them.
Yeah, they played both of them.
How long are the periods? Of 20 minutes?
15.
15, okay.
So they played 90, you got an extra 30, and then shootouts. Messi scored, and then your boy Mbappe scored. It was unbelievable.
Like back and forth.
Yeah,
back and forth.
Second guy to do a hat trick in the World Cup. 1966 was the last time, if I remember right, from the broadcasters, that somebody had a hat trick in a World Cup final. Then it went to penalties, and Argentina pulled it out.
What do you think about PKs? Do you think they should have played and said sudden death, next goal wins?
No, I like the PKs.
You like the PKs?
I like the PKs.
Yeah.
Strategy there. My strategy: stay in the middle.
It was unbelievable. I dropped the kids off at their mom's house. Connor and Keaton, my natural born children, if you will. And Keaton sent me a video. Connor, screaming obscenities, they were wild. They turned it on immediately because they knew I was following it in the car, and they kind of knew what the score was from you sending me text. I'm like, Dan says this, Dan says that.
Unbelievable. So, from watching the first half, I think it's unbelievable that Argentina let France get back into it because they completely dominated the first half. I mean, it was not. I was shocked that it went that far, but it was a good game.
That's awesome, yeah. And I saw the parade. The parade was unbelievable. 4 million people. You think they like soccer in Argentina? Holy shit!
Because they don't have football.
We got bowl season coming up here, and next week we'll have the playoff games. We'll pick both the playoff games, which is Georgia and Ohio State and TCU and Michigan. We'll pick those. They'll be on the board next week. Bowl season starting here. Have you watched any bowl games yet? There's been a few here and there.
Yeah, I watched Toledo last night. Toledo won.
Yeah, a couple of MAC games. Both the MAC teams won. Eastern Michigan and Toledo, I think, won last night. Yes, that's true.
Eastern Michigan. I know Toledo. I was watching that because local kid plays on Toledo.
My son Connor, he entered the lottery for Peach Bowl tickets where Ohio State plays Georgia. He was lucky enough to get a lottery ticket. He got a great fucking ticket. I mean,
get out.
Lower bowl, 34 rows off the field.
How's he getting there?
Corner. He's not going. He's an entrepreneur about it. He's going to sell it. But Ticketmaster won't let him sell it, so he's got a limited market. He's got to figure it out. eBay, other things, StubHub, maybe. I don't know how he sells it. But he doesn't plan on going. I know his girlfriend, he's going on, I think, a cruise or something like that. Or I don't think it's a cruise. Maybe they're just going down to Florida or something like that with his girlfriend's family. But yes, he's trying to capitalize on it.
Where the hell's the Peach Bowl?
It's in Atlanta, Mercedes-Benz Stadium. So like a home game, basically, for the Georgia Bulldogs. So we'll see. We'll talk a lot more about that coming up. So I promise you guys, DraftKings, sports betting goes live in Ohio, legal in Ohio, starting January 1st.
That shit's getting nuts. It's advertised on TV here. I'm getting shit in the mail. I'm like, holy hell.
It's crazy.
What a big industry that is.
It's a monster industry. Actually, there were 18 licenses granted by the state of Ohio. I mean, you're talking about DraftKings, you're talking about FanDuel, you're talking about MGM, you're talking about Caesars. You saw the advertisement at Crew Games on the side. Tipico, right?
Was it? Yeah.
T-I-P-I-C-O?
Like yeah.
That's another sports betting place. And you'll see it with the Browns. The Browns will sponsor Bally. Bally has a license as well. But there's all kinds of different ones. But you have to sign up before January 1 to get the promo. Okay, he's not done with it. Thank God. I forgot that he has a glass. I'm like, holy shit, that was fast. But anyway, but you have to sign up before January 1 to get the promotions. And DraftKings is the biggest one. You see Kevin Hart on the TV all the time.
Sign up for any of that shit. I like my house.
Oh, you can win. Katie might have picked up a purse this week. Anyway.
Might have.
Anyway.
Someone's going to take it from her next week.
Here nor there. Like DraftKings promotions, you get $200 of free bets. I think,
why are we advertising for these people? They're not giving us any money.
I told people last week that I would at least give them an idea what to do.
Screw that. I don't no.
I mean,
skip it.
There's all kinds of
no one's paying me. La 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 la. Are you done?
No, not yet.
La 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 la.
Stop. There's all kinds of. I told everybody I would do it for them, and there's people interested.
What do you mean? Read the shit you get in the mail.
There's promo codes everywhere. BTOH, WINOH. There's all kinds of promo codes. You'll find them on the internet. But that unlocks your $200. I mean, you can use PayPal, Venmo. I think you have to fund these things. Why are you
telling people they can't read this and figure it out on their own?
I told them I would help them out.
You're helping them?
I'm trying to. Taxes, be careful. I think it's above $600 in winnings. It's taxable. So if you got a down home bookie,
taxable.
You don't get taxed on stuff like that. But you're all going to do that with DraftKings. So anyway, Dan wants me to stop talking about that immediately, and we will, I guess.
Yeah, because we're not getting paid by them.
But we got another week. We got another week for that. If people have additional questions, I think I can help them answer. But Dan's right. It's all on the internet. Do a little bit of research. But once again, I guess the big point is you got to sign up before January 1 to get the free money, if you will. So
it's the tractor beam. They're pulling you in.
Whew, that's a lot. Let's talk about last week, Dan. Woo! Dan and I both have really good records. We both went 11-5. Dan's 106, 114, and 4 on the year. He did his elephant pick with Detroit. Very good job. I also went 11-5, like I mentioned. I'm 16 over 500, 118, 102, and 4 on the year. And I won my elephant pick with Jacksonville.
Yeah.
They won the game in overtime. They won the game outright, getting points. I'm 12-3 on the year. I'm super proud of that record. I mention it every week. But anyway, normally we would have shots on a table, but my wife's here, and Dan says she is a what? Pusher.
Oh, if we want to do shots, I'll do another shot. The hell?
She's a pusher of the shots.
When I saw the record, I thought we were doing shots, but I don't know.
We did
before the show.
No, we're not doing more. We did 2 already. Okay, well, if someone wants to make them, bring them out. I don't think we have more of the liquor 43. I'm sure there's some horrible liquor in there. If Tom or Katie wants to make us a shot, we will gladly do it, I'm sure. So
I'm in.
All right, they're in. It's fun having a little bit of a crowd here, I guess. On the football?
Yeah, let's go.
I tell you what, Saturday is the new Sunday this week.
Oh, I'm so pissed about this. Christmas Eve day, that's worse for me. I wish the games were on Sunday.
Well, that's Christmas Day, Christmas Eve. Yeah, none of it's ideal. It just isn't. I mean,
it sucks. It's Sunday.
There's a Thursday night football game. There's 11 games on Saturday, which is Christmas Eve. And then on Sunday, Christmas Day, there are 3 games. And then there's a Monday night football game as well. We're going to get to the Dolphins late, and Tom's back here. I'm sure he's going to get wild amounts of trouble because the Dolphins play Green Bay at 1 o'clock on Christmas Day. And traditionally there's presents being opened here. I'm sure
Hopefully you're done by 1 o'clock. I don't know about
he's
the
been
paint
pushing
job,
it.
though.
He's like, we're done with breakfast. Let's open up some damn gifts. I know. I'm sure he's going to get in the crosshairs of somebody. But anyway, that's fine. He speaks his mind. He'll be just fine. So let's start with Thursday Night Football. We're on the slate. And who knew about this Thursday Night Football game that it was going to be a great, very important game. It is the Jacksonville Jaguars traveling up the East Coast to play the New York Jets. This game originally opened as a pick'em game, but the Jets have climbed to 1.5-point favorites. Jacksonville, they're 6-8 on the year. The Jets are 7-7. Jacksonville comes off an impressive overtime win against Dallas. They were down early. Trevor Lawrence has played tremendous and looks like the number 1 pick in the draft. Speaking of that, with Trevor Lawrence playing and Zach Wilson is going to play for the New York Jets as Mike White's not ready. I mean, it's a 1 versus 2 draft pick here, type of thing. One of them looks really good. One of them doesn't look the part. And that's Trevor Lawrence looking good. And
one of them, his team hates his guts.
They do. I mean, it's a super important game. Here's the deal with Jacksonville. How about this shit? They're 6-8, right? But if they win out, they're in the playoffs, which is like unbelievable. They have this week against the Jets, then they play Houston, and then they play Tennessee. And if they win out, they will be in the playoffs, regardless of what Tennessee does, who has the lead in that division right now, who is really struggling, and they're back on the board later. But then we got the Jets. They come off of their home loss against Detroit. Zach Wilson played that game at quarterback. The Jets have lost 3 in a row. They were in the playoffs, and now they're on the outside looking in right now. Can they break this streak? I mean, can they break?
No,
they're the longest tenured team without making the playoffs. They're going to need to win this game.
Or the Jets?
The Jets. Jacksonville went to the playoffs their inaugural season.
They're a fraud. They lucked out. No, they're not winning. Jacksonville wins this game. The Jets are not making the playoffs. And that quarterback, you can't have a quarterback who everybody on the team hates you. They wore T-shirts for Mike White.
That does suck. That's a little bit of a
He'll turn
chemistry
around and
issue
play.
for sure.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, Jacksonville has a better quarterback. The Jets' defense is awesome. I mean, it's freaking really good. And if the Jets didn't fuck up the draft and would have drafted Fields, or if they would have had Lawrence out of this draft as opposed to drafting Zach Wilson, they would be like serious contenders with that defense. But they don't. And I agree with Dan. I think Jacksonville's the better quarterback. I like the Jet defense. I'm on Jags. We're both on Jags?
Yep.
Both on Jags getting the small number 1.5. I think they're going to win the game outright. The Saturday Christmas, Eve day slate, if you will, starts, and once again, we got 11 games. Starts with the Atlanta Falcons traveling to Baltimore. Atlanta's 5-9 on the year. Baltimore's the opposite record, 9-5. Baltimore 7.5-point favorites in this game. The over/under is 37.5. Atlanta comes off of their loss in New Orleans, but they started Desmond Ridder, right? They made that change, hoping to spark things. He didn't play tremendously well, but that's not unexpected. He's never played in the damn National Football League.
He's a freaking rookie.
Yeah, and he's got a tough task
Coming
this
out
week.
of Cincinnati.
I mean,
playing in the NFL.
obviously Baltimore's, best part of their team is their defense. But Atlanta runs the ball. I mean, this is a tough assignment for Ridder. Baltimore, I mean, they come off of their loss in Cleveland. They put up 3 points against your Browns team. I think they're going to get Lamar back. Well, I don't know. Lamar didn't practice again today. Is he going to play?
I don't know. Could care less.
Ratbirds -7.5. They can't fucking score, Dan.
No.
They can't score. And maybe it changes if Lamar plays, but we don't know if Lamar is going to play. I mean, I think this line changes considerably if they declare Lamar out. I think he's going to play. I mean, it's getting tight for all these teams.
He has to play if they want to make the playoffs. They got to win this game. Are they going to win it by 7.5? Does he play? He might play, and then they take him out. You don't know.
They're not going to blow out Atlanta. They're going to blow them out?
That's what I'm saying. No, not by 7.5. I'm taking Atlanta.
Taking the Dirty Birds?
Yeah.
Taking the Dirty Birds as opposed to the Ratbirds?
Yeah. No, I'm taking the Ratbirds and Mudbud. No way.
I agree. It makes me nervous because I think that the Baltimore defense is going to, cause a rookie quarterback a lot of problems.
What happened to Calais Campbell? He left.
Can they shut down that run? I mean, I don't know. The Atlanta running attack has worked all year. I like them to stay on this number, maybe get a backdoor score. I don't know. I think the number's too big as well. I like it being over a touchdown. I like the game to fall within that. We're both on Atlanta?
Yep.
All right, very good. My wife
Oh, we got our shot.
is signaling.
Yep, I have a shot.
What are we drinking now? More little beers?
My dad has something for
Oh, goodness.
Oh, anything with heavy cream.
Yeah. Tom.
Oh,
Heavy cream does make shit better. It doesn't matter if it's alcohol. It doesn't matter if it's like some chicken concoction. All right, here we go.
this is
Uh-oh.
for you guys.
I would like you to open up that, Dan. It looks like it could blow up. It looks like a
Want me to
firework.
open it up?
I don't know. Don't point it at me.
There's no tape on the end, so
I did
I
not
don't need a
tape.
knife.
It's one of our Dave tubes.
All right, father-in-law Tom, get right here in the middle of the shot. He'll be here for a while.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh is right.
Sign.
You can just pull it out of that tube. Yeah.
Oh, I don't have to unwrap the whole thing.
You're not afraid to throw shit on the ground to start with. What's the problem, Dan?
Trying to be neat.
I like it already. It's a sign. It's a banner. Self-mummification, Dan. That was that beer we did, right, Tom?
Yeah.
Very nice. That'll 100%. It's gonna make my garage or Dan's garage. I don't know. There might be a fight over this.
Yeah.
Very creative.
They stuck together?
Super. Is there two of them? Very creative about the Rochambeau for this. I don't know. Dan, I don't know who gets this thing.
We'll
Maybe
hang it here.
best
The
pick.
show. Best pick at the end of the year.
Yeah, or
Super Bowl pick.
this week. Tom will make the tiebreaker if there's a fight over where it goes. But thank you very much. It's
Yeah,
an awesome
thank
present.
you.
Very thoughtful. We love it.
Very original, you guys.
Yes. Yeah, you got a kick out of that beer, right? That was self-mummification. Was that I think that was a masthead beer. It was a masthead beer for Halloween. Yes, it was a purple can.
The name of it, or I thought you guys made that up.
No, that was the name of the beer.
Name of the beer.
That was the name of the beer by the Masthead Brewery Company. It's all right, Dean. We gotta do shots. Apparently, I have no idea what this is. But we're just gonna go with Merry Christmas in regards to the shot. Cheers. High elbows.
This is butterscotch.
Salty caramel. I know I got shit on my lip. I know that.
Salted caramel.
Nice.
Whew. Little heater warms the belly a little bit. All right, very good. I mean, we
Thank you, Katie.
Thank you. We both took Atlanta getting their points against Baltimore. We're on Detroit versus Carolina. Detroit's 3-point favorites in Carolina. Another super important game. Detroit 7-7.
Detroit's rolling. I'm taking Detroit on this one.
Detroit 7-7. Carolina's 5-9. Like I said, Detroit's 3-point favorite in this game. Over is 44.5. Detroit, they are winners of 6 of their last 7 games. They come off a win against the New York Jets. We just mentioned it. Their offense can score against anybody. Their defense is playing a little bit better.
Golf is not the issue in Detroit.
No,
Their
it's a defense right now. And Dan Campbell's a defensive guy. No, he's a tight end. That's not true. But Carolina's talking about them. They come off a bad loss at home against Pittsburgh. They're 5-9. But meanwhile, they're right in the middle of this race like everybody is in the NFC South because Tampa leads that division by a game.
It's a mess.
You know, they can still win it. Actually, they
Whoever
control.
wins that division should not host a home playoff game because they all suck.
I'll go a step further. I think that if you are a division winner and you have a losing record and there's a additional wild card team that has a positive record, they should get in as opposed to division winner, and you're just out.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I mean,
Until it happens to the Browns.
yeah, right. I don't know. It's a really bad division. It is, but good for the teams that are in there, the fan bases, because I mean, Carolina's right there, and literally they control their own destiny. If they win out from here, they win a division, and Tampa is included on that schedule.
Detroit controls their own destiny too.
I don't.
They can make it. I'm telling you.
They 100% make it. I don't think they control their own destiny. I think they still may need some help.
They have to win.
They need some help because of the tie with that Washington and New York Giants situation tie. But anyway,
sucks so bad.
that's later on the board. Detroit's -3 in this game, going down to Carolina.
Detroit.
Me too. I'm a huge believer in this football team. I like them. Their offense has been borderline unstoppable. I mean, until maybe they play San Francisco. You know, I haven't seen anybody stop them for a while. And, I mean, it's humming. I like them at -3 in this game as well, especially coming off Carolina's poor performance at home against Pittsburgh. We're both on the Detroit Lions to continue their run. Next game on the board, the Buffalo Bills travel to Chicago to play my football Bears. Buffalo -9 on the game. They are 11-3. They are currently the first seed in the AFC. Chicago, they're 3-11. They have the opposite record. Over/under, by the way, is 40.5. Buffalo comes off of that entertaining win against Miami. It snowed quite a bit there. There were snowballs being thrown. Miami played well, though. I mean, it was a great game.
The weather didn't affect the game. There was a little snow at the end. The
Didn't affect it.
snowballs, did that affect the game? Because I couldn't believe how much snow was still left in that stadium when they started.
But you saw it, right?
Yeah,
Well,
they had pictures they were showing. I'm like, wait, they didn't clean off the seats?
I saw bits and pieces. There was a Christmas exchange going on and things like that in Indianapolis where I was. I saw bits and pieces, but it was super entertaining. Obviously, it's back and forth. Both teams were scoring. Anyway, they come off of their win, a big win. Chicago comes off their home loss against Philadelphia, where they were game. They lost 25-20. The team's fun to watch for me. I love Justin Fields. He's dangerous. He had another couple of crazy plays. The defense played a little bit better. Maybe this game right here. I mean, we talked about earlier, like how our Christmas here is going to be affected. It's going to be super cold here. It's going to be super windy. I'm concerned about my trees in the backyard. Like, we're supposed to have 40 to 50 mile an hour winds for like 2 to 3 days straight. Like, that's a lot. That's a lot. And it's a lot for me to be out in the garage. And it makes me very nervous as if I'm in the living room and I see like the wall of windows and the trees going like this. It freaks me out. But I'm off topic. But maybe Buffalo gets a little bit of taste of their own medicine because Chicago is supposed to get a foot plus of snow on Friday, the day before. So the stadium will be filled. The field will be clear as long as I don't think it's going to snow on Saturday.
So when's Buffalo traveling to the game?
Oh,
'Cause they were
shit, you're
late
right
travel-
about travel plans.
I mean,
They're minus 9 in this game, Dan. They're gonna blow out the Bears?
no, I'm taking Chicago in this one. There's no way. Buffalo hasn't covered. They look like shit to me. They're a team. They win, but they don't look like a dominant team to me.
The Bears are losers of 7 straight, Dan. They're probably gonna lose this game, but I'm taking the points as
They
well.
might lose the game, but it ain't going to be by 9.
I tell you what, Dan and I, we picked like the first 6 or 7 games exactly the same last week, and we both came out with really good records of 11-5. We're both together on taking the Bears and getting the points. I feel like we're taking a lot of points so far. 3 out of 4 so far. We're only on next game on the board. New Orleans Saints travel to Cleveland. Another game that's going to be affected by weather a little bit.
Taking the Browns.
The 5-9 Saints play the 6-8 Browns. The Browns are 3-point favorites, field goal favorites in this game. You know what the over/under in this game is, Dan? Don't look at the board.
No.
Yes.
25.
Jesus, that would be unbelievable. I thought 32 was wildly low. It's a very low number, 32.
It's supposed to be shitty here on Saturday. I mean, field goals, if you make one, you're lucky.
It's going to be windy.
Yeah.
It's going to be windy, man. You're talking about 30,
got
40
the
mile an hour
lake,
winds,
you got-
probably.
yeah.
Maybe more. I
Our
mean,
kicker sucks. He hasn't figured out how to kick in our stadium yet.
Cade York. He's got to talk to Phil Dawson, who had an actual flag put up in one of the parts of the stadium, like in the outskirts or in the corners of the stadium, like he used to read. He goes, it was a better barometer of what the wind really was at the time, where the goalposts are. Fuck, I don't know, but he should contact Phil Dawson because he had some success there in Cleveland. That's a hard word for me to say. Anyway, I mean, New Orleans is the average team, but they're right in the middle of that race. We talked about it already with Atlanta
Right
and
in the middle
Carolina.
of a shitty division.
Right. I mean, they're all alive. They're all alive. So how about being 5-9 and just
Browns
being,
are
like,
right in the
there?
middle of the AFC North, which is a good division, in my opinion.
They're still alive.
NFC South sucks ass.
It does.
I mean, they're so bad.
The Browns are -3. They're still alive. I mean, the
I'm thinking
defense
the
has played a little
Browns.
bit better. But what's
They're
the
playing
deal?
a little bit
What's the deal with
better,
the
but
offense? Like, the offense doesn't look any
Well,
better,
I mean,
and that's just
Deshaun
how many weeks
is
running with
there,
Deshaun?
they're-
3?
Huh?
This 3 or 2 weeks that he's played.
This will be his 4th week. coming
Yeah, he
up.
played 3 weeks, and the offense
And he's
doesn't look
gotten
any
better.
different.
He's gotten better every week.
Okay, this is like
Better.
excuses. Like the offense
That's not
scored
an
more.
excuse.
The offense
He
scored
looks
more.
better, but
the
they're going to win. I picked them again. I picked them last week.
Browns?
What the hell?
Browns?
Yeah.
I agree completely. I agree. I like it. I
New
think
Orleans is a freaking mess.
they're 100% going to win this game as well. Maybe they win it by a field goal. I think they win it by more. We're both on the Browns. I like the Browns a lot in this game. Next game on the board, another important game. And they don't sound like great games, but they're super important games for teams. The Seattle Seahawks travel to Kansas City. Seattle's 7-7 on the year. They're outside looking in right now. They were in the playoff, they were one of the wild cards
They're
before
staying outside.
this week, and they're outside. Kansas City minus 9.5 in this game. The over-under 49. The over-under is always high when Kansas City plays. Seattle comes off of their loss at San Francisco. They've lost 2 in a row. Like I said, they're outside looking in. They lost Tyler Lockett, one of their primary receivers. Kansas City, who is super annoying, and Dan says it. What does Kansas City not do?
They don't cover.
They don't fucking cover.
I'm taking Seattle in this.
They don't fucking cover.
Kansas City's going to win, but they ain't going to cover.
You know what's super annoying about Kansas City? It seems like, here's what it seems like to me. It seems like Kansas City, whenever they want to hit the accelerator, they can. And
other times they're just like messing around.
I know.
Which pisses you off.
Right. I think Big Red's pissed off. I think Andy Reid's pissed off. Like, that's 2 weeks in a row that it's been pretty ugly. I mean, they won an overtime game in Houston. One win on the season, and these guys are contenders for the 1 seed. I mean, they're going to be there at the end when we talk about this stuff. And, it's the middle of January, and Dan and I are talking about conference championships shit. I'm guessing Kansas City's going to be there. But they haven't performed like it in the last couple of weeks. They're minus 9.5. Dan says they're not covering again.
No, I'm going with Seattle on this. Kansas City wins, but not by 9.5.
This is the first time Dan and I are going to disagree. I think Big Red's pissed. Like, he's seen enough of 2 weeks of, like, lackluster performance. I think they put it together. I mean, that was a bad performance by Seattle as well against San Francisco. But a lot of people look bad against San Francisco. That's a really good defense. Next game on the board, important game. I keep saying it, repeating it. The New York Giants playing Minnesota at Minnesota. The Giants are 8-5-1 on the season. The Minnesota Vikings are unbelievably 11-3. The Giants, they come off of their win in Washington, a huge win on Sunday night. I think it was Sunday night. Huge win. They got a big defensive play by Kayvon Thibodeau, their first-round pick. Sacked quarterback, forced a fumble, recovered the fumble, ran in. He was kind of a monster. It's kind of his breakout game against Washington. Saquon Barkley ran the ball. He looked a little bit healthier than he did the previous week. Minnesota. Let's talk about that. They're the current 2 seed in the NFC. Once again, they're 3.5-point favorites in this game. The over-under is 47.5. They come off their win against Indianapolis, and that was last Saturday. And I'm in Indianapolis, and there was like my niece's boyfriends and things like that. They're from there. They were like, it was unreal watching that unfold because it's the biggest collapse in the history of football. They were up 33-0 at halftime. I think 36-0 at one point in time, and lost the game 39-36. Apparently, Jeff Saturday's teams don't play well on Saturday. Only play half of the time on Saturday. I don't know.
They must have went to bed early.
I mean, a historic comeback. Give it for them. I mean, the Minnesota offense is good. Their defense is fucking bad, man. It's bad.
It's bad.
I mean, the Giants, are they going to be able to control the clock, run the ball, keep us under 3.5?
The Giants are posers. They won games early by trickeration. They're not a good team.
Dan calls them posers. Like, this is like
They're posers. They're not going to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
The 2 New York teams are a mess. Nobody wants to admit it because they won some games early. They got a winning record. They're not good.
Yeah,
They're terrible.
Like, this is the fraud game. Like,
yeah.
Is just one of these teams frauds? Are they both frauds? I mean, that's a crazy record for Minnesota, but they are a fraud. Are they a fraud at 11-3?
Yeah, I bet Minnesota will make the playoffs and lose the first round.
I mean,
Giants aren't going to make the playoffs.
The defense, man. Jeez. We're both on Minnesota minus 3.5, though?
Yeah. All
right, very good. Next game on the board, fun game. The Cincinnati Bengals travel to Foxborough to play the New England Patriots. Cincinnati, 3.5-point favorites in this game. Over-under is 40. Low. Cincinnati, 10-4. They come off their win against Tampa Bay. New England, 7-7. Come off of that very crazy, improbable loss in Las Vegas, but we'll talk about that in a second. Let's talk about Cincinnati's win against Tampa Bay. They played like shit in the first half. I think they were down 17-0 at the half. They turned it on. They looked like a completely different team. I mean, it was a really good comeback win in Tampa. They got dinged up on defense again. Another one of their pass rushers got hurt, and I think he may be out for the season or maybe comes back in the playoffs. They got some defensive injuries. They're now currently first in NFC North, courtesy of your Cleveland Browns being the Baltimore Ravens. Yes. New England, let's talk about what the hell happened there.
Holy smokes. Bill Belichick has to be, I can't, he had to take a separate flight home.
Or somebody else, or Jacoby Myers did. So what happened?
I don't even get that.
If you missed it,
Go ahead, tell them what happened.
Yeah, if you missed
it.
If you missed it, Vegas got a late touchdown, a very controversial touchdown where the replay looked like the second foot was out from their receiver. So they get a late touchdown to, it looks like, shove this game into overtime. Kickoff, New England's returning it, or it's not a kickoff, it's a running play. I think they have one play left. They run the ball, like they're going to end it. And their running back kind of breaks it open for a while. He decides to lateral back to one of the receivers, Jakobi Meyers, because they had already advanced the ball like 30 yards, right?
Yeah, no, it's a huge gain, and it is what it is.
Decides to throw the ball back like 20-some plus yards to apparently Mac Jones.
Back to the line of scrimmage.
But the defensive end, Chandler Jones for the Raiders, intercepts the ball, face plants Mac Jones like simultaneously after catching it, and runs in and finishes the game. Like, unreal stuff. They completed a small parlay for myself. Thank you, Chandler Jones. Or thank you, Jakobi Meyers, what I should say. But anyway, like a crazy, one of the craziest plays.
And this is
probably in history.
The New England Patriots are the supposedly best coached team. Don't do any, I mean, they've been baptized this way by the media, and they pull this bullshit. I mean, it was so uncharacter of what we've been told by the media. It's
Well, they have a defensive coordinator as their offensive coordinator. Maybe
they're a mess. I'm so tired of this Bill Belichick shit.
There's changes coming in Foxborough. I guarantee it, Dan.
I mean, first of all, whoever had the ball that thought he was going to, the dude that first lateraled it is an idiot and has no concept of the game.
Well, that was
you're going into overtime.
Danny lateraled it like 2 feet back to a receiver.
But you're going into overtime.
But
you get what you can get.
But I'll give Jakobi Meyers, he made the huge mistake, who decided to, after he got the lateral from the running back, to wildly throw the ball backwards like 20 yards, like into nowhere. I give him credit because he stood in front of the media and said, I fucked up, man. I'm sorry. I fucked up. I apologize to my team. He didn't shy away from the cameras, which is a good thing. And a lot of players would, so I give Jakobi Meyers some credit. I'm sure he felt fucking horrible on a very long flight from Vegas to New England. In any event, we're back on this thing. The Cincinnati Bengals, I think a lot of this team, they're the defending AFC champs. I've said it a few times. -3.5 in this game, Dan.
New England?
No way.
Cincinnati's slow starts scare me.
They do. It was a
slow
horrible
start, and you're gonna, if you get into Bill, I'm telling you, that team got their ass kicked.
Dude, right?
They got freaking annihilated. There's no freaking way they're losing.
Now the show's gonna go long.
New England. I'm on New England.
Hold on. That's fine. And I'm on Cincinnati, and we're done with the pick. But New England doesn't make the playoffs. Are there sweeping changes in New England? I'm not talking about Bill, but I mean, somebody's got to mandate.
There has to be changes because the offense is a mess. I mean, I don't know what the hell's going on.
As the offensive coordinator.
It's always been secretive over there. But come on, you're a football team.
Yeah,
it's stupid.
What do you think that conversation was like at the end of the game between Josh McDaniels and Bill Belichick? After that game ended.
Josh McDaniels probably went over to him and said, holy fuck, I can't believe that guy's that fucking dumb to throw the ball.
He's fucking
and then
Christ.
The other guy threw it back too.
What a fucking mess.
I mean, seriously, I mean, if I was walking across, I'd be like, what the fuck?
I didn't see the handshake, but
do you want me to go kick your guy in the nuts?
I guarantee Bill was chapped.
He had to take a separate flight home.
Chapped. I guarantee he was chapped.
I'd have stayed in Vegas.
He probably took everybody's phone and said, yeah, the whiskey's fucking flowing. I don't know what happened on that flight back to New England. If it was very somber or like people just firing back shit. I don't know. Fuck. I don't know.
They could have taken a submarine across the United States to get back.
You know what the problem with the fireplace is? I have no idea how long the show's running. That's part of the problem. Anyway.
It's warm though.
Yeah. Feel the warmth, feel the glow. Next game on the board, Houston and Tennessee. Tennessee, 4-point favorites in this game. Over 38. Here we go, Houston. They are 1-12-1 on the year. They come off of their home loss. I think, overtime loss against Kansas City, where they were game once again, like really game. That's 2 weeks in a row with Houston, where they had a chance to win the game in Dallas. They should have won the game in Dallas. They maybe should have won the game against Kansas City. I mean, all of a sudden they've deployed this like 2-quarterback system with Davis Mills and Jeff Driscoll. I mean, they're sweeping. Speaking of sweeping changes, they're sweeping changes, and Houston's going to get the one pick, and it's probably going to be Bryce Young, the quarterback out of Alabama. But meanwhile, they're playing. They seem to be enjoying themselves still playing. A lot of credit to Lovie Smith. He's probably not going to have that job, but they've been really game the last couple of weeks. And then we got Tennessee, who is 7-7 on the year, and like clinging to that AFC South with Jacksonville like the monkey on their back right now. And Jacksonville's going to play in front of them. And if Jacksonville wins that game, I mean, there's a ton of pressure on Tennessee to win this football game. They come off their loss against the Los Angeles Chargers, and it was down the wire. Justin Herbert made an awesome play, and Dicker the kicker finished the game off at the end of regulation. But they're -4 in this game. Tennessee's suddenly in this like division race where they weren't there like for the last like 4 or 5 weeks. But they've lost 4 games in a row. They look like shit. And
they look like shit, and I mean,
we don't know if Tannehill's going to play either. That's the problem.
But I don't. If he plays, big deal. I mean, it's not Tannehill that makes the team go.
I know it's Derrick Henry, but meanwhile, you got Malik Willis, who I don't know.
But Malik Willis is another running threat that you have to game plan for. They have no receivers worth of shit.
They're going to ride the ship, Dan?
No.
I agree with Dan. I'm taking the points. I think this thing comes down the wire. I think Houston may win it. Maybe not. Maybe Tennessee, solidifies things and wins this game at the buzzer by a field goal or something like that. We're both taking the points?
Yep.
All right, very good. Next game on the board, Washington goes out to San Francisco. Fun game, I guess. I mean, Washington 7-6-1 on the year. San Francisco 10-4. San Francisco
look like shit.
Who, Washington?
Yeah. Did you watch the game?
I did.
They suck.
I did. I watched that game in bed. I was so under the weather.
Blow.
Anyway, San Francisco.
Good defensive players, but they blow.
San Francisco 7-point favorite in this game. The over/under is 39.5. I did watch the Washington Giants game was a Sunday night game, right? Yes, it was. I came back from Indianapolis. I felt like hell. I had sent Dan a couple texts earlier this week on Sunday, Monday. Like when I went to work, I felt like crap. But I always go. I think the last sick day I had was like in 1996 or something. I don't know. I go to work. I do my thing, and but anyway, I've kind of regrouped a little bit. I got a lot of rest. I was laying in bed watching that game for sure. In any event, Washington comes off their home loss against the Giants. We mentioned it earlier with the Giants. They got that big defensive touchdown from Thibodeau. And then Saquon ran well. But how about the calls? Did you see how bad Washington got fucked by the referees?
Yeah, that's stupid. You walk out there, you're a guy, receiver.
You're talking about the Terry McLaurin play, right?
Yeah.
That's the play that really pisses me
on or off. That's the only.
He asked him. He fucking asked him. He goes, look.
I'm on or off. And the guy says, no, you got to
scoot up. And he does. He scoots up a little bit.
It.
He looks at him. And he doesn't say anything. But meanwhile, you see the fucking referee, like, before the play, like, reach for his pocket?
Yeah. No, it's bullshit.
Dude, it's communication. Stop being an asshole. It had zero effect on the play whatsoever. It was a running play up. It was a dive fucking run is what it was. It was a dive play up the middle, and he scored it. Meanwhile, off the board.
Some of the pundits I've heard on TV, well, he's been doing this for years. He should know if he's on or off. We teach it in Pee Wee.
You ask.
You ask, and the guy's supposed to line you up. If you ask, he lines you up, and you're good. If you don't ask and he doesn't line you up, then he throws the flag. And I got no problem with it.
I have a huge fucking problem with that referee.
That's ridiculous.
It's the same gambling example. You're in Vegas and you're not sure if you should hit. Ask the fucking dealer. He's your friend. He wants you to tip you. He wants you to win. Dealer, should I hit? Yes, I should. You should. Okay, then you fucking hit. That's what Terry McLaurin did. Am I up the line of scrimmage? No. Scoot up. He scoots up. Good. And it was acknowledgement that he's good. I mean, he should have told. It's fucking bullshit. And then, by the way, so they get the touchdown erased. The next play they have to run, they run a pass play, and the receiver absolutely gets fucking bear hugged, and they don't call the pass interference. It's so bad. It was so bad. I feel horrible for the Commander football team and their fans. I mean, it was a really bad scene or parlay of calls, if you will, back-to-back calls that went against him. By the way, they're the current 7th seed. San Francisco, 10-4. They smoked Seattle.
I'm on San Fran.
I tell you what, this team's a contender.
They're good.
I mean, they're a contender
even
because
with the fourth quarterback or whatever he is,
Brock
whatever
Purdy.
number.
They have the best defense in the National Football League, and
Both
I
is
don't think
playing
there's an
unbelievable.
argument. I don't think there's an argument. That San Francisco defense has playmakers on all 3 levels. They're unreal, and I think they're a real contender, not for the NFC. I think they're a contender for the Super Bowl with that defense because they own the best one in the National Football League. And that Brock Purdy kid, and it's kind of a timing offense that they play. He brings kind of a little bit of different element. He's a little bit more mobile than Garoppolo was. I don't know. I mean, I think the world of Kyle
4-year
Shanahan.
college starter, so he's disciplined. He's seen it all.
Iowa State, I remember mentioning a couple shows earlier when he first came on the scene. I'm like, maybe, because I heard he had an offer from Alabama and other big schools and went to Iowa State. I'm like, maybe he's from there. He's not. He's from Arizona. In any event, I see his parents going crazy and crying. I would too. Geez, holy shit. Anyway, San Francisco -7 this game. They going to blow out Washington?
Yep. I'm on San Francisco.
I
Even though
agree.
They poop on the streets there.
I agree. I think a lot of the San Francisco football team, I think a ton of Kyle Shanahan. I think he's by far the best National Football League coach. I don't think it's really close, in my opinion, as far as innovator and offensive mind. We're both on the 49ers -7. Next game on the board. Big game. Big game. I've said it so many times. Philadelphia and Dallas. Probably would be a bigger game, but I don't think we're going to see Jalen Hurts. Philadelphia is 13-1 on the season. Dallas is 10-4.
Minshew mania, baby.
I love that guy. Dallas is. How about this line? What would you guess this line? Did you see it? Did you look at the board?
It's -5. I saw it.
You saw it. All right. Dallas -5 in this game, but it's largely because everybody believes that Jalen Hurts is not going to play. And I think they're right. I don't think you're going to see Jalen Hurts until the playoffs start, frankly, because there's not. We'll see. I mean, Minnesota has an 11-3 record.
Matter.
I mean, Philadelphia has a 2-game. Well, they've really a 3-game lead because they beat Minnesota earlier in the season. So there's no way they're going to lose the 1 seed in the NFC. I don't think you're going to see Jalen Hurts again until when the playoffs start, and that's going to be probably after the first-round bye for the Philadelphia Eagles. With that being said, Dallas comes off their loss in Jacksonville. No, they were up by 17 points. They're up 27-10. You know, Trevor Lawrence playing really well. He brought that team back. Dak Prescott had a deflected ball. It got picked. They returned it in overtime. The placement shit nuts. Good for Jacksonville. Dallas is, I mean, they're a Jekyll and Hyde team to me. We didn't talk about Philadelphia. They won Chicago. I mean, Chicago was game. They didn't play too terribly well, maybe, or Chicago played better than they thought. I don't know. Dallas -5 in this game against Gardner Minshew and the Philadelphia offense.
I'm going with Philadelphia in this.
So am I. So am I.
Screw Dallas. Dallas is not that good.
I agree. I agree completely. And I
They're
think
a mess. They can't figure out the running backs. They got a shitty coach. Dak is. He could be a quarterback,
Dak.
but yeah,
He's average. And here's the thing, Gardner Minshew.
he wants to play.
Dude shows up in big moments.
Yeah,
This is his first moment. This
he
this
wants to
might be my
play,
only
man.
fucking big moment. The fucker's gonna show up and he's
What
gonna
the
make
hell?
weird
What
plays.
was that movie? The fucking shit. Uncle Rico.
I love that
Yeah,
guy.
man. Uncle
I
Rico's
love that guy.
coming.
Dude, I saw this thing about Gardner Minshew. He's in Philadelphia, like some outskirts of Philadelphia, and he has like a mobile home. Like he has plenty of money, right?
Yeah.
He's plenty of money. Plenty of money.
Yeah, he traveled around the country in a mobile home.
Yes, like he
Yeah.
parks his mobile home like somewhere outside of like whatever the stadium, and he's just there. Like he watches whatever he does, smokes his weed. I don't know what he does. I mean, tries to stay within the confines of what the National Football League does. But he's a very free-spirited dude. I love him. I like his dad. His dad gets as wound up as he does. I'd be that guy, I think. I don't know.
Screw it. I'm taking Philly.
We're both on
hate
Philadelphia.
Dallas.
All right, very good.
Screw America's team.
We are on Christmas Eve night. This is the night game on the 24th, and it is the Las Vegas Raiders traveling to Pittsburgh to play the Pittsburgh Steelers, and there's a lot to talk about this in game. First of all,
there's a ton.
there's a 50th anniversary of the Immaculate Reception. Dan called it
The
deception.
Immaculate Deception. Plus, we have to address the passing of Franco Harris.
Yeah, Franco passed away today at age 72.
72.
Age 72. The immaculate reception.
Which I'm shocked. If you look at a picture of him, I did not think he was 72.
There's a lot of people who look like they're 80 when they're
Did
72.
not.
He does not. He looked like he was 60. I don't want to go with that black don't crack thing, but he looked very good, man. I mean, he looked super
good,
healthy.
And it's just, I mean, it's unbelievable. They're retiring his jersey in Pittsburgh this weekend.
Yeah, it's really sad.
And yeah, it just sucks.
It does.
I'm not I mean, if you're a regular on the show, you know I hate Pitts puke, but respect where respect is due.
And Dan's not a social media person. I am. There was a wild outpouring of like grieving on Twitter for Franco. Apparently, he was a super good dude.
There's no
like every time you see him, he's like a big smile,
Yeah.
right? Things like that. He
Good in the
looked like a
community.
dude that everybody liked to enjoy being around, type of thing.
Did he catch that ball 50 years ago? I don't think so.
You know that was his rookie year. Did you know that?
The immaculate deception.
It was his rookie year. Rookie year, like, and maybe the most iconic play in football.
The other term is the imaginary reception.
You don't think he caught it? You don't think he caught it clean?
No, there's no video evidence.
No video evidence.
No.
What? That he didn't catch it clean? What
He
do you
didn't
mean?
catch it.
You don't think he caught it?
He's a Steeler. He didn't catch it.
What? It hit the turf? You're saying?
Yes.
No way. I've seen that play 1,000 times. That was clean.
You
No.
can't say that it's clean because you can't see the turf. You can't see anything.
Ruling on the field.
Nobody saw it.
Indisputable evidence.
The
It's not gonna
immaculate
happen. It's not gonna
deception.
happen. This is fucking stupid.
That's why I
It's fine.
call it the immaculate deception.
All right, fine. Raiders come off of their their late touchdown and that crazy play that happened, boneheaded play by the Patriots, and they win that game. We talked about it already. Pittsburgh comes off their win in Carolina. Pickett's back. He's out of the concussion protocol.
Pittsburgh wins this game because of Franco.
No.
I hate to say it because, I want them to end up last in our division, but they're winning this.
I think it comes out of the wire. The Raiders have a ton to play for in this game. Well, I guess they both
have
do.
shit to play for.
They're both 6-8, right?
The Raiders do.
They're both 6-8.
They're a mess. The Steelers got more to play for.
I don't know why. I'm taking the Raiders.
All right,
I don't know why. I have no idea. I'm not
stupid.
comfortable about it. It's certainly not going to be a candidate for an elephant pick, a best bet, anything like that. The next game on the board starts the Sunday Christmas schedule. 25th, when we're all supposed to be opening presents. Santa comes, hopefully.
Santa
to the
comes.
good girls
that
and
shit's
boys.
down in the morning, man. Look out. It's
Yes,
football
dude,
time.
that doesn't have. Did you see the fucking mountain of presents inside, Dan?
Yeah, they got all numbers.
Yeah, they do. It is the
6 a.m., you better be handing out numbers.
It is the Green Bay Football Packers traveling down south to play the Miami Dolphins. They're probably happy because I saw that game that was super cold. What night was that? Oh, just Monday night. Monday Night Football game against the Rams. But anyway, I'm sure they're happy to be going down to Miami. Green Bay is 6-8 on the season. Danny, you just looked to see if the logo's off, so you just looked at it?
Yeah, I was looking.
Yeah, right. So we have no idea. I guarantee this show's
Fire.
long. The Miami Dolphins are 8-6.
I just looked at the clock, though. 8:34. We're good.
We're good? All right. Miami's -4 in this game. The line's been dipping. The over-under is 46.5. This line opened up at 6, and there's been a lot of public money on the Packers. But Green Bay, they come off their win against the Los Angeles Rams. They're still alive. Their offense can be dangerous. Their defense isn't really great. It was tough conditions, whatever. They play pretty well. They used their bruising running back, A.J. Dillon, a lot in that game. But the Dolphins come off a very entertaining game, very game. They were very game in the game. After two kind of lackluster performances the week before where they only put up 17 points each game, they put up 29 in tough conditions in Buffalo with a tough crowd. Tua looked like himself. By the way, the Dolphins, they got 3 straight losses right now. And, my family's freaking out. They're freaking the fuck out. This team, we thought we were a sure thing to make the playoffs. Now we're not sure we're going to make it. Relax. You're going to win. I like this team. Dan, Miami -4 in this game.
I'm taking Miami. Green Bay, that was a flash in the pan. I mean, the weather, the Rams blow. Their defense blows. Their team blows. Baker was Baker. They're not good. I'm taking Miami.
I love Miami in this game. I wish Tom was out here. It's really cold. Well, it's not as cold as it's going to be.
It's not
but,
cold. It's like 30 degrees.
Alexa, what's the temperature?
Yeah.
Right now, it's 32
What the hell?
32 degrees. It's 32 degrees. I love Miami in this
Time
game.
in the show where we get another shot.
For the love of God, that's not all we need. In any event, Miami's currently
I
the
got
7th seed.
shit
I
all
love
over
them in
my
this
gloves.
game. They're a candidate for my elephant pick. This team's going to bounce back. Dan went without dinging glasses. That's fine.
Of course it's fine. Whoa. That's like
Okay.
Fireball.
Correctamundo. There's some cinnamon in there. Right on the lips. Stop that, Katie.
Woo!
All right. We both
Ken's getting lucky later.
Okay. That was a bad laugh, I think, for me. I think it was a bad
I don't
laugh.
know.
I don't know. A good laugh. Was that a good laugh or a bad laugh?
You tell me.
All right.
Later.
All right. Miami's -4 in this game, and we're both on the fence, right?
Yes.
If Tom was out here, he'd be going, He's not. I don't know how he's not out here. We're going to get him out here. Maybe he went to bed. I don't know. It's 8:30. No,
Because
shit, he's going to be in bed.
freaking
Yeah.
Miami and it's freaking Ohio. It's 30 degrees out. He don't want to be out here.
All right. The middle game, the 4 o'clock start game, or approximately the 4 o'clock Eastern start game, is the Denver.
Wait, this is Sunday?
Yeah.
This is Christmas Day. I get to see Denver and the LA Rams.
Yeah, the first game.
Fuck that.
Wait till you see the nightcap. I mean, you know what? You can read the board as well as I can. But the best game on Sunday, which is a 3-game slate, if you will.
Oh my God.
The best game is the first game with the Packers
How do they
traveling
not?
to play the
How
Dolphins.
can they not move games?
Yeah, it
Seriously.
sucks. I mean, I don't know. There's probably a lot of red tape in regards to moving games. But
Screw that.
they would love to. I mean, obviously, on paper, when we started the season prediction shows, Denver playing the Rams was probably a good game. It is not. That's what's happening at the 4 o'clock window on Christmas Day. Denver's currently a 2-point favorite in this game at the Rams.
Yay.
Both these teams have the same record of 4-10. Denver won their game at home against Arizona. I don't know if Russ is going to be back or if that's good or not. That Ripien
I
kid,
don't
he
give
won
a
a game.
shit.
You know, their defense is good. Their offense is still like putrid. It's pretty awful, but they won. The Rams, I mean, we just talked about them playing in Green Bay. Baker kind of came back to earth in regards to the offense. It was tough conditions. I mean, it was fucking cold.
No, Baker's being Baker.
Yeah.
Quit making excuses. This
I mean-
game sucks. Don't fucking. It's Christmas Day. Don't watch this game.
Spend time with your family,
Spend
right?
time with your family. Do something else. Don't watch this 4 o'clock freaking piece of shit game. Screw that.
Denver minus
do
2, Dan.
something else. Read a book.
Read a book.
Paint a picture.
When's the last time you
Dude,
read a fucking
I don't
book?
read, but do something else other than watch this bullshit.
Didn't say the
game.
illiterate.
I mean, seriously. I clean a closet. Whatever.
When's the last
Put
book you
shit in a bag for Goodwill.
Stop talking.
I mean, you could find something better to do with your time than watch Denver and the Rams.
The show's a mess.
It's.
When's the last
but
time
that
you,
game sucks.
When's the last time you read a book?
I don't read. I hate reading. I suck at spelling. I hate reading.
You know what? I got to start. Not story. It's not a long story. Don't worry about it.
But do something else other than watch this game.
Oh, there's
Seriously.
plenty of things to do. It's Christmas Day, man. Enjoy the holiday.
Yeah, I mean,
hopefully Santa finds
do
you.
something for charity. Fucking, the end of the year's coming up. If you fill a trash bag full of shit to give to Goodwill, you can write it off on your taxes. Don't watch this shit.
Do you really?
That's garbage.
When you drop shit off at Goodwill, you wait for the receipt.
Yeah, they
I
give you a
don't.
receipt. Itemize it. What the
I
hell?
don't. I know I don't. I should. I'm better. I
Or
should be
if
better
you
at that.
don't, but still you did something good. If you don't want to do the itemization, don't watch this shit. That sucks.
I used to enjoy reading books.
Fuck that game.
I used to enjoy reading books, and I read quite a few books. And then I went to law school, and they made me read so much.
Yeah,
That
they
after
made you
law
read
school-
books to teach you how to not speak English so nobody understands what attorneys are saying.
I haven't read a book since I left law school because they made me do so much reading. So anyway,
I boycott this pick. I'm not even picking.
Denver -2 against
I'm
the
not picking.
Rams. I'm taking the points. I'm taking the Rams, getting the points. Dent,
I'm boycotting it.
you're gonna make a
Screw it.
pick. You gotta make a pick. We're gonna have an incomplete slate then. I'll make him do it. It's gonna be his elephant pick if he doesn't pick.
Huh? I didn't pick.
All right, you didn't pick.
Fuck
Next,
'em.
well, what do you think about the next game then? It is
They
Sunday night.
suck too.
This is Sunday Night Football, and it's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers traveling to Arizona. I mean, Tampa Bay has a ton to play for. They're 6-8 on the season. Arizona's 4-10. They don't have a lot to play for. Tampa Bay's a full touchdown favorite, -7 in this game. They do lead that. We talked about it repeatedly during the show. The NFC South, they lead it by 1 game, but meanwhile, there's nothing given here, and they are losers of multiple. I think 3 out of their last 4. I mean, they're not fun to watch. They played really well the first half against Cincinnati. They up 17-0, and they lost the game by I think 11 points. I mean, it was a completely different team in the second half. Arizona comes off of their loss in Denver.
Mike Evans showed up and played in the first half, and then he was non-existent in the second half. So this game, he ain't going to show up.
Tampa Bay -7 this game. Do you think they can blow them out? By the way, you're not talking about Kyler Murray playing for Arizona. You're not talking about Colt McCoy playing for Arizona. You're talking about Trace McSorley playing for Arizona.
And Tom's still playing with 7?
Brady?
I'm taking the Buccaneers.
So am I. I think they know what's ahead of them.
This is annoying to me anymore.
I think they win. I know, right? It's so bad. I mean, but meanwhile, it's tough for the schedulers. Monday Night Football. It's the Los Angeles Chargers.
It's not tough. You could have put better games on Christmas Day.
Well, theoretically, they thought they were great games, but I mean, I don't know how easy it is to change things. I'm not a television producer of a lot of things.
Move the shit.
I'm not a television producer. We're mercifully trying to get through this. Monday Night Football is no better. It's a lot. Well,
no, this sucks too.
It's the Los Angeles Chargers traveling to Indianapolis to play the Colts. Chargers are currently the 6th seed, though, right now. With
Indianapolis bounces back and beats the Chargers because they're fucking a mess.
The Chargers are 8-6 on the year. The Colts are 4-9-1. The Chargers are 4-point favorites in this game in Indianapolis. I mean, the Chargers' offense is coming around. I think this team's going to make the playoffs.
They're not.
Their defense isn't great, but their offense is like humming. They're on a fast track. They got Mike Williams back. He's a big part. Indianapolis, they lost Jonathan Taylor for the season. I don't know if that's a big loss. He hasn't done anything really all year. Really. I mean, they come out with that huge collapse, right? The huge collapse after they won every aspect of the game. The defensive side of the game, the special teams, they blocked a punt early, ran in for a touchdown, all kinds of shit happened.
Finish the game.
Meanwhile, I mean, Jeff Saturday's run's over. There's no fucking way that he can be the coach next year. I hope not. I mean, being somebody like if you're the head coach of the Indianapolis Colts and we're tied and you gave me the job, or maybe the opposite. Let's say I'm the owner. I give you the job because you have some sort of somewhat football background.
You like me?
But because I like you. Meanwhile, the team sucks balls. I gotta fucking fire you, Dan. I had to fucking fire you.
I would expect to be fired after losing that fucking game.
Right. I'd be like, Dan.
I'd be like, dude.
We're tied, dude. We're still going to drink beers, right? But you're out, okay? I mean, that's what's going to happen with Jim Irsay. I would
expect to be fired after losing that lead.
Right. That's what's going to happen with Jim Irsay and Jeff Saturday because what they are, they're drinking buddies. I mean, Irsay has a ton of money. He parties. Jeff Saturday likes it. He parties, blah, blah, blah. I mean, the experiment didn't work. Chargers -4 in this game, Dan, on the road.
Indy.
I'm going to lay the Chargers. I'm going to lay the points again here. I know it's dangerous laying points on the road. I'm going to lay it with the Chargers. That's been the full slate. We are on the best bets. I have no fucking idea, Dan. Right now, it's going to take me a hot minute. I have a candidate.
Screw it, I'm taking the Browns. It's Christmas. I'm taking the Browns.
It's done. Christmas. I'm taking the Browns. Sucked.
The other game I like is Detroit.
You going back to the ball of Detroit?
I said the other game I like is Detroit.
I'm
taking the Browns.
I like Cincinnati a little bit, but it's the holiday season. I love the Dolphins to blow the fuck out of the Packers. I think they win this game by 2 touchdowns. I think that the Green Bay defense can't stop the offense down there. I think that the Dolphins are back on track. They're going to win this game by 10 to 14 points. They're only 4-point favorites.
That's fine. Yeah,
I like the Miami Dolphins as my elephant pick this week. Outro. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Merry Christmas, man. Hopefully Santa finds you. Thank you for watching and listening. If you lasted this long...
Don't watch that 4 o'clock game on Christmas. Find something in your closet and donate to your local shelter or wherever you donate to.
Hopefully we didn't give you coal and stocking for our picks this week, but thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We'll pick all the bowl games next week, plus the full slate. So have a great Christmas. Thanks for watching.